Students, can you see the screen? Just let me know so that I can continue now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll start with photorespiration as I told you just now. And also yesterday I mentioned that photorespiration where it occurs in hot, dry and bright days. In that case, in those plants, stomata remain closed and fixation of oxygen takes place instead of
Yes,
CO2,
ma'am.
process of photorespiration. Whereas it produces two carbon molecules instead of three carbon. And there is no formation of sugar molecule or ATP when the plants show photorespiration. So in that case, there is loss of so many things. Instead of two molecules, three carbon sugar molecules, then there is no sugar molecule produced, then there is no formation of ATP. So this is not useful for the process of photosynthesis to occur in a proper manner or in the rate, okay, proper rate. So to avoid it, some of the plants have adapted themselves to form, to make changes in their anatomy, internal structure, and they follow C4 pathway as well as CAM, that is, there are two types of plants which show C4 pathway. They are called as C4 plants, and crassulacean acid metabolism is shown by those plants, so they are called as CAM plants. So plants have special adaptations to limit the effect of photorespiration. That means whatever the loss of CO2 is there done because of the respiration, that is reduced to some extent, and these plants are able to photosynthesize in a proper rate. Now, what are these C4 plants? They are grown in hot, moist environment, and 50% of the plants show this type of C4 pathway. And some of these are grasses, corn, sugarcane. These are the examples. And they divide photosynthesis in two ways. That means light reaction, which takes place in the mesophyll cell, whereas a dark reaction, that means Calvin cycle, it takes place in the bundle sheath cells. Now, what are mesophyll cells and what are bundle sheath cells? When you come to know the anatomy, that is the internal structure of the leaf, you will understand it. Before that, let me tell you what these plants are special for these things. These plants whose first product of photosynthesis is 4-carbon compound are called as C4 plants. I told you. Some of the plants which live in drought, at high temperature and nitrogen and CO2 limitation environment, they use C4 mechanism. Means wherever there is less availability of CO2, there also these plants can produce food material with the help of photosynthesis. That means photosynthesis take place with the less amount of CO2 also, with the less availability of CO2 also. So because of C4 plant, because these C4 plants fix more CO2 as compared to C3 plants, because of their spatial anatomical features, and that is called as Kranz anatomy. And to avoid photorespiration, these plants are playing very important role. C4 enzyme fix carbon more efficiently as compared to C3 plants who fix also oxygen during carbon fixation process. Now in C3 plants, if you remember, what is the first acceptor of CO2? If you remember, RUBP, right? Which fix CO2. But that RUBP is having affinity with oxygen also. So it will fix oxygen also, as it is having affinity with oxygen as well as CO2. It will be divided into two parts, isn't it? Some part of RUBP, it will take oxygen, so it will start the respiration process. So in that case, CO2 available will be less because of CO2 which is released during this photorespiration is released out of the atmosphere, isn't it? So fixation of oxygen starts the process of photorespiration instead of carboxylation of the substrate. That means RUBP is responsible in case of C3 pathway, which is that substance RUBP. So instead of carboxylation, oxidation takes place, and as a result, what happens? There is loss of carboxylation, means process is slowed down, or that amount of CO2 availability is less. That's why the process goes slow, and the process of photorespiration takes place instead of carboxylation. So because of this dual nature of Rubisco, Rubisco is what? RUBP, where carboxylase enzyme is working on this RUBP, that enzyme's name is Rubisco. Yesterday I told you. So such as oxygenase and carboxylase activity, both the activities are common. That means oxidation as well as carboxylation, both the reactions are performed by in presence of Rubisco, that is RUBP compound. It reacts with oxygen as well as carbon dioxide, and that's why oxygen, when is present, oxygenase will work. When CO2 is there entered and reacts with CO2, carboxylase activity will be performed. So this dual nature of C3 plants is reducing the rate of photosynthesis. So alternative pathway is done by C4 plants, where they show special anatomical features, and that is called as Kranz anatomy. Now their vascular bundles are surrounded with two rings of cells. Now see here in this diagram, you can see in your textbook also, you can open the text, whatever the page number. What is your page number? Page number 146. There the structure anatomical features, that is Kranz anatomy in C4 plants, is shown, where I will come to that diagram also, but before that you can see this centralmost part is called as vascular bundle, which is surrounded by a ring of cells, and that is called as bundle sheath cells. Try to understand. Here you can see the pointer. I am showing you, locating that at the center, this is the vascular bundle. What are the vascular bundles? Xylem and phloem, which are covered by a ring of cells called as bundle sheath cells, because they are covering the vascular bundle. So very simple to remember that these are the bundle sheath cells, whereas the bundle sheath cells are again covered by mesophyll cells. Okay, these are, so this is the inner ring and this is the outer ring. So inner ring cells, they are bundle sheath cells, and these bundle sheath cells are covered by cells of mesophyll. Now in general, in the anatomy of leaf, you can see the palisade cells. These are the palisade cells with the spaces in between. They are elongated cells. Actually these palisade cells, parenchymal cells, they are present in the normal C3 or any other type of plants. But here this is the anatomical adaptations shown by C4 plants, that the mesophyll doesn't show palisade type of parenchyma, rather it is covered, this covers the bundle sheath cells, forming a ring-like structure. So that Kranz, meaning of Kranz is what? Wreath. You know what is the wreath? That is ring. You know, in the military processes and these some functions, these people you must have observed. So that wreath means ring, Kranz means wreath. Wreath is what? Ring of flowers, you must have observed. So that's why the name is Kranz, that is wreath, that is the ring. So ring like structures you can see, right? This is the inner ring and this is the outer. So ring like structures you can see, right? This is the inner ring and this is the outer ring. So inner ring which covers bundle sheath, that is called as bundle sheath cells, whereas bundle sheath cells are covered by the mesophyll cells in the ring form. So it gives the appearance of wreath or ring. And there is one more thing you need to remember, that these bundle sheath cells are with large granule cells, but these grana are very poorly developed, or very less amount of granum is present, whereas stroma is more in the bundle sheath cells, whereas grana in the cells of mesophyll is of small size but many in number. So these are considered to be granule cells. Though small in size, the number of grana is more in the mesophyll cells. So photosynthetic pigments which are considered to be grana, they are more in number in this mesophyll cells. Up to this, I hope you have understood. And this is the internal structure 3D way where you can see these are the veins, or you can say the bundle, vascular bundle in the form of xylem and phloem. These are the bundle sheath cells which are covered by the mesophyll cells. This is the internal structure of leaf, three-dimensional view, where this is the upper epidermis, this is the lower epidermis, and whatever the pores you can see, there are stomatal openings or the stomata you can see. Okay, so through stomata, what is entered now? Gaseous exchange takes place, where for the process of photosynthesis, what is entered, what is required, we can consider here as CO2. So first, when CO2 is entered, what happens? I will show in the next diagram. So main function of Kranz anatomy, you remember, that is to provide site in which CO2 concentration around Rubisco and concentration of CO2 is more, and it avoids respiration, that is photorespiration mechanism. Now this is the diagram which is shown in your textbook. See, these are the bundle sheet, these are the vascular bundle cells, right? These are the veins. What the vascular bundle contains, you know, xylem, phloem. So this vascular bundle is covered by a ring of cells, and this is what called as bundle sheath cells, ring of bundle sheath cells, which is covered by again this ring of mesophyll cells. So bundle sheath cells are covered by mesophyll cells. Now, what happens through the stomatal openings, oxygen or CO2, whatever, which enters. Now, C4 plants are having affinity with only CO2 and not with O2. Now, the stroma of this, which is present there, which shows the presence of the enzyme, that is PEP carboxylase, because this PEP is having the affinity with CO2. So this CO2 is fixed. So PEPE, that is phosphoenol pyruvic acid. So PEP enzyme is present in the mesophyll cells, because when it enters, what are the cells? First it shows mesophyll cells. So in the mesophyll cells, PEP, that is phosphoenol pyruvate, is present. That carboxylation reaction takes place because CO2 is entering. So addition of carbon in the form of CO2. So carbon fixation takes place by PEP carboxylase enzyme. So when this is PEP is the 3-carbon compound. Okay, PEP is the 3-carbon compound, which when enters, CO2 is entered, it fixes the PEP, CO2 plus PEP, that gives rise to 4-carbon compound, and that is the first stable 4-carbon compound called as oxaloacetic acid. Now this is the diagrammatic presentation. Now through stomata, the CO2 is entering. Okay, now PEP, that is the 3-carbon compound. When CO2 enters, then this C plus this C, how many 4-carbon, though it is shown malate, first of all OAA, that is oxaloacetic acid, is produced, which is 4-carbon compound, which is the first stable 4-carbon compound, and then that gets converted into malic acid, or you can say malate. Then this malic acid or malate, which is the 4-carbon compound, it enters where? In the bundle sheath cells. Now these are the bundle sheath cells. In the previous diagram I will show you again. So through stomata, when CO2 is entering, the mesophyll cells show the presence of 3-carbon compound, that is PEP. So that becomes now 4-carbon compound, that is what? Oxaloacetic acid. Then again this oxaloacetic acid gets converted into malic acid or malate, and this malate is then transported to where it is transported? This is the inner ring of cells called as bundle sheath cells. Now when this is now 4-carbon compound, right, where it is present now, this 4-carbon compound malate, it enters the bundle sheath cells. Okay, now here in the bundle sheath cells, this is entering, and that gets converted into again 3-carbon compound, that is pyruvic acid, with the release of 1 amount of CO2. 1 molecule of CO2 is released. So this 4-carbon compound gets converted into 3-carbon compound with the release of CO2. But this CO2, it is utilized by the C3 cells in the bundle sheath cells. So here, whatever extra CO2 is available, that is utilized or released by malate or malic acid. That CO2 is accepted by RUBP in the bundle sheath cells, and then RUBP is the first acceptor, CO2 acceptor for C3 pathway. Then here the C3 pathway is continued, and as you know, in the third stage, synthetic phase, what is produced? Glucose is produced, and that is transported to the vascular tissue of the plant cells. Okay, so I will come to the point. I don't know some. Okay, now have you understood this? How this takes place? Then malate gets converted into pyruvic acid, that is 3-carbon compound, with the release of 1 carbon in the form of CO2. That CO2 is not wasted, but this CO2 is accepted by RUBP in the bundle sheet, where this is the first carbon acceptor of a CO2 acceptor, or RUBP is the first CO2 acceptor for continuation of the C3 pathway, where in the third stage, synthetic stage, glucose is produced, and this continues. This regeneration of RUBP takes place, where again CO2 is accepted, which is released by malate. So in this plant, in this C4 pathway, what is observed in the C4 pathway? Let's wait for a few minutes. So what is done in bundle sheath cell? Which pathway is seen in the bundle sheath cells? C3 pathway. Whereas in mesophyll cells, which pathway is seen? C4 pathway. So whenever, because of this Kranz anatomy or the anatomical adaptations shown by C4 plants, they perform the process of photosynthesis in the alternative manner with the less availability of CO2 also. And when this, whatever the CO2 is accepted, the amount of CO2 is accepted by C4 plants, that is the mesophyll cells of C4 plants, that is PEP, by using carboxylase enzyme, produces 4-carbon compound. First stable compound is 4-carbon compound called as OAA, which later gets converted into malate, and that malate is transported to the bundle sheath cells, where this malate, being 4-carbon compound, gets converted into 3-carbon compound PEP, and then that CO2 which is released is accepted by RUBP, and which continues C3 pathway. So bundle sheath cells show C3 pathway, whereas mesophyll cells show C4 pathway. So this is what the two reactions. Now what is pyruvic acid which is produced? That is then transported again to the that is the mesophyll cells, where it gets converted into phosphoenol pyruvate, or this pyruvic acid and this one is one and the same, pyruvic acid, or you can say phospho, that gets converted into phosphoenol pyruvic acid, and this phosphoenol pyruvic acid or phosphoenol pyruvate then again accepts. This is the first carbon acceptor or CO2 acceptor in mesophyll cells. Okay, so this is what you need to remember. So what are these reactions? First step is conversion of PEP into oxaloacetic acid. I just told you, oxaloacetic acid is the 4-carbon compound, so C4 pathway. Then it gets converted into malate or malic acid. Then malic acid is transported, that is dehydrogenated, that gets converted or that is transported to bundle sheath cells, and then it converts into pyruvic acid. So malic acid gets converted into pyruvic acid with the release of CO2, and this CO2 is utilized or accepted by RUBP to continue the C3 pathway. Okay, so these are the examples of C4 pathway: maize, sugarcane, millet, sorghum, grass, so many grass species. So most of the members of monocot and few members of dicot, they show this alternative pathway. It's called as C4 pathway. See, this is also given in your textbook very clearly. It is shown that is, see, atmospheric CO2 enters the, which cells these are? Mesophil cells. Here it is shown. Because through, when it enters through stomata, what are the cells present first? They are all mesophil cells. Then in the mesophil cell, PEP is present, phosphoenol pyruvate, which in presence of carboxylase enzyme, this pyruvate gets converted into malate, first oxaloacetate or oxaloacetic acid, then it gets reduced to malate by using NADPH. NADP is produced. So that is what dehydrogenation takes place. This malic acid, or you can say malate, enters bundle sheath cells, where this malate 4-carbon compound is converted into pyruvate or pyruvic acid with the release of CO2, where NADP gets converted again to NADPH, and this CO2 which is produced, it enters Calvin cycle, that is C3 pathway, in the bundle sheath cells and produces glucose. That is, the synthesis of glucose takes place, which is later stored in the form of starch and transported to the, stored in the vascular cells, that is the tissue vessel. Then pyruvate again, it enters the mesophil cells and that gets converted into PEP again using ATP, that AMP is reduced. So PEP is produced, and then that is the first CO2 acceptor in the C4 pathway in the mesophil cells. So this is all about the C3 and C4 pathway we have discussed. Now we will discuss about the difference between the C3 and C4 pathway. First, that plants which follow C3 pathway, they follow Calvin cycle, whereas plants called as C4 plants, they follow HSK. Hatch, Slake, Kortschlake, these are the names of the scientists, so HSK. So in the C3 plants, only one CO2 acceptor, that is RUBP, is present. But in C4 plants, two CO2 acceptors, as I showed you. That means one is PEP, that is present in mesophil cells, whereas RUBP, like this C3 pathway, which are present, RUBP present in bundle sheath cells. First stable compound is 3-carbon compound, phosphoglyceric acid. Here oxaloacetic acid, which is the 4-carbon compound. Then Kranz anatomy is not seen, or it is absent in C3, whereas it is present in C4 pathway. Then optimum temperature ranges between 10 to 25 degrees Celsius, but at a high range, more than 30, up to 55 also sometimes, that this C4 pathway is seen. Then lesser affinity, because of lesser affinity of RUBP for CO2, concentration of CO2 reduce only 50 parts per million, whereas here this PEP is having high affinity, strong affinity with CO2, and that's why concentration of CO2 reduces less than 10 ppm. That means with the less availability of CO2 also, these plants, C4 plants, they show the process of photosynthesis. CO2 fixation takes place. C3 plants are less efficient and rate of photosynthesis is also very less, whereas C4 plants are more efficient and rate of photosynthesis is more. These are the differences between the C3 and C4 pathway. Now, I was explaining you yesterday, before I explain you C4 plants, I told you what photorespiration is. In presence of photon, that is like plants also respire, utilizing oxygen and releasing CO2, isn't it? Now, this is what, this is the chain of reaction. In detail, we will not go, but this is what chlorophyll cells, chloroplast. These three things are involved in the photorespiration. One is the chloroplast, second is the peroxisomes, and the third is the mitochondria. If you see mitochondrial structure, they show the presence of peroxisomes, that means F1 particles on the inner membrane here, right? So these are involved in the photorespiration. What happens? Calvin cycle, which takes place, that means in the chloroplast, stroma, right? There, RUBP or RUDP, oxygenation takes place, that means it is having affinity with oxygen. So what is produced? PGE or as well as phosphoglycerate is produced. With the release of one inorganic phosphate, then glycolate is produced in chloroplast, which is then transported to the peroxisomes, and by addition of oxygen and then formation of with water, it gets converted into glyoxylate and then into glycine, and that enters mitochondrial matrix, where in the mitochondrial matrix 2 molecules of glycine, 2 plus 2 it becomes 4, but it forms 3 molecular compound serine. With the release of CO2, here is the actual loss of CO2, that CO2 is released out of the CO2, that mitochondria. It doesn't remain in the mitochondria, it is lost. So obviously there is a loss in the chloroplast, that is the where the actual process of photosynthesis takes place, isn't it? So automatically this is the loss of CO2 carboxylation, decarboxylation you can say, not decarboxylation exactly in chloroplast, but here there is a loss of CO2, and that's why this shows the slow process. Now serine from mitochondrial matrix, it enters peroxisomes, and then from peroxisome when it comes, serine is formed, that serine gets converted into glycerate, and then glycerate into PGA in the chloroplast, which is transported in the chloroplast forming PGA. So this is what you need not to give much concentration on this photorespiration. Just try to understand that photorespiration is a part of C3 plants. Now, alternative pathway, as I told you, like C4, CAM, that is crassulacean acid metabolism, is the process where one more alternative pathway is shown by some of the plants which live in or grow in hot, dry environment. 5% of the plants, like desert plants, desert plants like cactus, these plants show such type of metabolism that is called as crassulacean acid metabolism, where crassulacean acid is formed, and the members of family Crassulaceae, they show this mechanism where stomatal opening and closing takes place with at a specific period. That means stomata remain closed during day, whereas they are open during nights. So light reaction part or light independent part and the light dependent part, that takes place at two places. So during day, light reaction, whereas C3, that is dark reaction, occurs during night. Then it is little bit similar to C4, that anatomical features are not like C4. That means trans anatomy is absent here. Only the thing is reactions are similar, but they are divided into night and day. During night, when stomata are open, then only the process starts through stomata. When CO2 enters, this 3-carbon compound, that is PEP, it is the first acceptor which first forms OAA, and then that is oxaloacetic acid, and then malic acid. And then this malic acid is stored during night, which this phase is called as acidification, because more amount of acid is stored during night, so this is called acidification. But when stomata are closed during day, what happens? Then this malic acid, which is stored during night, it is converted into pyruvic acid again with a release of 1 molecule of CO2. And then the CO2, which is produced with the conversion of malate, that is malic acid, to pyruvic acid, this is accepted by RUBP to continue C3 pathway during daytime. So this is only the difference. And then this pyruvic acid, which is produced during day, then again it is during night, it accepts CO2 to form oxaloacetic acid and then malic acid. So instead of trans anatomical features like the mesophyll cells and bundle sheath cells, this anatomy is not seen in CAM plants. But stomatal closing and opening affects the C4 and C3 pathway. So C4 pathway is observed during night when stomata are open, whereas C3 pathway takes place during day when stomata are closed. So this thing you have to remember. And the examples of camp plants, you can remember the desert plants like aloe vera, cactus, you know. These are some of the examples of camp plants. And the word that is scotoactive, stomata scotoactive means they are active during night in case of camp plants. So this is the crassulacean acid metabolism shown when stomata are open and when stomata are closed. When stomata are open, then only CO2 will be entered. So when CO2 will be entered, it will be PEP accepts the CO2, and there is formation of what, which follows C4 pathway, that is carboxylic acid, oxaloacetic acid, and then malic acid. Then malic acid during daytime, this is what acidification process. Whereas during daytime, when stomata when closed, this malic acid which is accumulated during night, that releases CO2, and that follow this CO2 is accepted by Rubisco, that is ribulose biphosphate, and carboxylation reaction takes place to follow Calvin cycle to produce glucose, which later gets converted into starch. So this is the decarboxylation where CO2 is removed. This CO2 is accepted by C3. During day when stomata are closed, C3 pathway is followed, and C3 plants, not plants, but these are camp plants only which are showing C3 pathway. Whereas when stomata are open, they follow carboxylation takes place and they follow C4 pathway. So this is during day and this is during night. That you need to remember. Now, what are the factors affecting photosynthesis, which is the last part of this chapter we will be completing? There are some external factors and some internal factors. We'll talk about first some external factors. External factors which include light intensity. As light intensity increases, rate of photosynthesis increases. So this is shown with this graph. As the light's intensity increases, the rate of photosynthesis increases, but up to a certain limit. Afterwards, it remains constant. And second factor is CO2, availability of CO2. As CO2 is increased, the amount is increased, the rate of photosynthesis also increases similar way up to a certain extent. Then it is stopped, it remains same. And the third factor is temperature. So now this temperature graph is little different. You can see the rate of photosynthesis. As the temperature is low, the rate of photosynthesis is low. As the temperature increases, the rate of photosynthesis increases. So if temperature is too hot, rate drops also. See, this is what with the, that also to some extent differs from say species to species. Here the temperature is increased, rate of photosynthesis is also increased. But this temperature is lowered, rate also gets lowered. But at some extent, means some of the plants, they show maximum photosynthesis as that maximum temperature, but that also differs from species to species. That you need to remember. So this is all about the photosynthesis, which, and the internal factors is what? Chlorophyll. Internal factors you can consider, that is the chlorophyll, and that chlorophyll if present in sufficient amount, then obviously the rate will be good. If it is not present, that is that comes under the internal factors. So obviously it is going to